Okay, so this is a sample album that I ordered. I occasionally order sample albums just to keep things updated and bring in some fresh images, especially if I try different options with the albums and that sort of thing. So this is one of my new sample albums, and it is beautiful, and I love it. And I'm glad I don't have to give this one away, because usually when I sell albums to clients, I almost like hate handing it over because I wish I could keep them. Because they're something really special. So this is one of the albums, and one of the things you'll probably notice first, it's in this box with the little ribbon and stuff, but there's no logos or stamps or anything like that. No marketing on the outside of the box. The reason I do that, and people will disagree with me, and that's fine, but I don't believe this is a marketing opportunity. My marketing's already been done by the time someone purchases an album, so I don't need to sell them. They've already bought. And as far as selling to their friends, word of mouth works great. I don't need to stamp my logo everywhere. I save that for business cards and thank you cards. So inside the box, you've got your tissue paper, and then you've got this fitted 100% silk bag, which is gorgeous. And I'm normally not a huge fan of Velcro, but this is a very high quality Velcro with a low sound to it. And anyway, you've got this beautiful red 100% silk liner. And this is a fitted bag, which means it's fit not just to this size of bag, but also to the number of spreads in the bag, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But so anyway, it's very specific to this album. So I'm going to take it out of the bag here. And all of our albums do ship with the boutique bag. There's no extra charge for that, nothing like that. So this is our album. And this is a 12 by 8 size. And it's portrait, not landscape. And the reason for that is that I can do full spread bleeds on this without needing a panoramic image to start with. And you'll see more about that in a little bit. But it gives me a lot of options to showcase important images without needing pano digitals. So this is the cover. It's a premium black leather. I don't offer genuine leather anymore though, in honor of my niece. You can read about that on my website. But I do offer linens and faux leathers, suedes, and all sorts of beautiful options. And the cover is padded. It's got a nice weight to it. It's very durable. You can see there how thick the padded cover is. And so it opens, like I said, it's a 12 by 8. So it opens to be 12 by 16 since it opens this way. And you'll see one thing about the sample albums is it's stamped on one of the edge leaves here is sample, not for resale. That's just because they give me a 25% discount for ordering it as a sample and stamping that on there. And obviously the clients don't have that stamped in theirs. So these are the edge leaves. So when you first open a book like this, this first spread, and let's talk about what a spread is real quick. So this is a page, this is a page, the two combined, this is a spread. This whole thing is a spread. But this is like this beautiful textured linen. I know you probably can't tell in the video, but it's little details like that that make a big deal. And you can also see really quickly how thick the pages are. So this is a 20 spread album, and I do them in as little as 10 and do 15, 20, 25, 30. And let me just go through a little bit of this with you. So I've separated this sample album up into a few sections. The first one I want to focus on with a lot of different engagements. So you'll see this here. And on the left hand side, you'll see what's called a full page bleed. A bleed is when the image goes all the way to the edge. And so this is a full page bleed. And then you'll see a square image here. And text can be put on any page. You can design anything you want. And the second spread, this is a full spread bleed, which means this covers both pages. And one of the advantages of having this be a lay flat, and you can see that it's not like with a magazine where you've got this big crease in the middle. It's gorgeous opened up. So this is a full spread bleed, which is just beautiful. And the next spread, and this is one of my favorite layouts, is to do a full page bleed on the right, and then a bordered image on the left. One thing I can't stress enough is that if you try to cram 100 images into a 10 spread album, it's going to look cluttered, and it's not what you truly want. You think you want to include as many images as possible, but you really don't. You want to include the best of the best, and focus on those and showcase those so that they can be huge images. I mean, if I had like 15 little images here, there's no impact, there's no wow factor, but this is definitely a wow factor when you see the detail and the quality. And all these pages have this luster coating to protect them. And here you'll see a different spread, and I just wanted to include a few different options just to kind of show you about fitting like 3 images on a spread, and sometimes I'll go 4 images on a spread. This is a good example of overlapping images, which I don't do that often, but I do them. And this is a great example of you don't always have to go to the edge. There are some images where I just feel like when I lay it out, there needs to be a little bit of a border. And this is one of those images when I tried it both ways. And you just kind of have to trust the design on that. It's another layout. And this is a good example of that you can mix black and white and color, and as long as there's some continuity. In this case, you've got 2 couples, they're together, it kind of works together. It's another overlapping spread and just some complementary colors there. Just to give you an idea. And I love this image. This is taken in downtown Richmond. Gorgeous silhouette. So that's a full spread bleed. It's just huge impact. And then another one in black and white. And then I've got some photos here of seniors and teens and family members, and just so you can see a few more. I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker, but just so you can see an idea of what an album would look like. And this is a good example of, this is about as small as I would go for an image in an album. And it doesn't feel cluttered, and you still get to see each separate image, and they're gorgeous. The colors are vibrant, the toning is continuous and beautiful, and it's amazing. But when I do small images like that, I still love to have like a wow factor on one side. So for example, I wouldn't do a bunch of smaller images on this side and this side. It'll feel too cluttered to the people who are viewing it, and it's just awkward. Awkward for your brain. So it's another one of my favorite spreads here. Full page bleed on the right, and the images on the left. Slight borders. I love this. Combining the black and white images, and this is the same family. This is brother and sister. Combined this way. I just love that. I love that. Gorgeous. Our full spread bleed. This one, there's a slight overlap, which I think if you're gonna overlap, a slight overlap works best. So you're not cutting into too much of either image, and you have to make conscious decisions about which image is gonna layer on top versus on bottom, etc. And this is one of my favorite images of all time here on the right. That's just awesome. A few more. And I'm not sure if you can tell in the video or not, but the red in this dress just prints amazing. It's very vibrant. This is one of the differences between photo books and albums. When you go with the higher end album companies, they use printing equipment that can do things that other printers just flat out cannot do. And the red there is just amazing. And then ending this sample album on that full spread bleed. That was a photo taken in Sandbridge at sunset with scarf in the air. And then it always ends on the edge leaves again. Once again, textured linen. I recommend white. I actually recommend white as the background for all the pages too. I don't recommend using images as the background. By background, I mean this area here where you see the white. I don't recommend black or colors or things like that. My style here for providing these is to make sure it's timeless. So I don't want anything that's going to be out of fad in a few years, or it won't be trendy anymore or anything like that. But I want it to be timeless. So, and the white helps do that. This is another one of my favorite images of all time here too. Beautiful moment there. So that is the sample album, and we've talked a little bit about pages and spreads and layouts and stuff, but overall I hope that you've enjoyed it, and check out my website at www.brianclary, that's BRIAN Clary CLARY.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at Brian Clary Photo and Twitter at Brian Clary Photo. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the album and seeing a little sample there. And there's a lot more information on the website, so check it out. And thank you. I appreciate it.